Hello everyone, it's Tactics Tuesday. Now, I had planned to do EDF tonight. Unfortunately, Strangey is sick and is still recovering, and Ludrin and I both agreed it's not very fun to play through EDF without him. So, until he recovers, EDF is on hiatus. Hello Mel, welcome. And I know some of y'all are probably wondering, well wait, Zaruk, weren't you playing through the LEGO Star Wars game? I was. Unfortunately, I've run into a few snags. None of them bad, but a lot of them have been related to the game's performance and the fact that the game's got a lot of glitches in the later levels. It's very clear the game was unfinished, which makes me sad because they had so much time put into it. And there was a lot of cut content that people have discovered that, I don't know, I feel kind of bad. So, until that's patched, if it's ever patched, mind you, that's on delay too. So, instead, I felt like getting back to my roots, what I love, and what I like playing. So this is Tactics Tuesday. Today, we will be playing Unity of Command 2. Unity of Command is going to make me Supreme Allied Commander of the Western Forces during World War II, starting in 1943. We will go from North Africa to Europe, to Italy, to mainland Europe, and maybe make some changes along the way if we do well enough. But enough talking. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright, so we are going to do a new campaign, and we want, I believe it's hold on. Pretty sure it's Victory in the West. Yes, it's Victory in the West. So, here we go. Now, there are German campaigns like Barbarossa, Blitzkrieg, and Stalingrad, but we're not going to do those. We're focusing on the main campaign. Let's see. And we are going to play on normal. This game is really cool. I like, it's not for everyone, but it is a fun strategy game. So, 1943, Europe. February 2nd, 1943, the German Sixth Army surrenders, and the Soviets take 91,000 prisoners and continue striking west. March of 1943, the Germans evacuate the Rezev salient and strike back near Kharkov. The Eastern Front stabilizes. March, April 1943, the British 8th Army breaks the Meroth Line, and reorganized after Kasserine, Allied forces strike from the west. The final battle in North Africa begins. So here we are. You are hereby designated as Supreme Allied Commander. You will enter the continent of Europe and, in conjunction with the other United Nations, undertake opportunities aimed at the heart of Nazi Germany and her allies. So, you can see our missions are down here. They will be unlocked once we get done with the conference, which is what this is. A conference is basically where I can take the prestige that I've earned and put it toward making my forces better and getting these cards ready. These cards are basically their support. They can be used for abilities. So one thing we definitely want is we want this one because it's free. So not all of them are going to be like this. The green number is what you have to pay up front, and if you later don't want it, you can throw it away, but you only get back what's in the red number, so you'll never get back what you put in. I do want the free transport. That'll help us logistically. Meanwhile, so here's what we have. Our two forces are the U.S. 2nd Corps and the British 8th Army. So we're starting with the 2nd Corps, and you want to read these because they tell you a lot of stuff that'll help you in the game. Give me a second. Let me turn down the music just a little bit. There we go. So, the U.S. 2nd Corps in Tunisia, 7th Army in Sicily, and the 5th Army in Italy, treated as a single army HQ in this campaign, will be the first U.S. forces into combat in Europe. The Americans start out reeling from their trial by fire at Kasserine Pass and must urgently improve operational, supply, and command skills to succeed in Tunisia, before advancing to Sicily and up the west coast of Italy. The U.S. Fifth Army in Italy will be commanded by Lieutenant General Mark Clark. Go fuck yourself, Mark Clark. Throughout 1943 and 44. Despite a meteoric rise through the ranks, Clark's operational decisions will prove flawed on more than one occasion, and he will be replaced by Lieutenant General Lucian Truscott, an outstanding and respected leader who will take command in 1945. Meanwhile, the 8th Army. Flush from their victory at El Alamein, the British 8th Army will help finish off the Axis in Tunisia and Sicily. From there, things will get messy. The 8th Army's famed commander, General Bernard Montgomery, will depart after 1943, proclaiming the Allied invasion of Italy a dog's breakfast. His successors, Lieutenant General Oliver Leese and later Lieutenant General Richard McCreary, will find little cause to disagree. The 8th will grind through one muddy river line after another in a painfully slow advance up the narrow east coast of Italy. If it manages to liberate Italy quickly, it may spearhead the advance into southern Germany. So here's how this works. Your HQs have these things here. These are assets, and it basically shows you how far they can move if you need to get your HQ out of danger. Max this out. Always. You want to get your HQ moving and have it keep up with your men. Next, we have things like force pools, which allow you to move your men around. Intel, which tells you what the enemy's positions are. Operations, which allow for special moves and such on the battlefield. Logistics, which allow for fuel and supply abilities. And then engineering, which allows for things such as blowing, repairing, and building bridges, erecting fortifications, and making river crossings. We're going to want this. There we go. So, that's all my prestige points, which means we cannot get any of these cards for free. On easy, you would have 2 cards that were free, but I'm not playing on easy. So, alright. Also, I just noticed, hold on. There we go. So, Wadi Akarit, April 6th, 1943. While U.S. forces have been halted near El Ghoutar and McNassie, the British 8th Army has broken through the Mareth defense line. Only the Wadi Akarit stands in the way of Montgomery's forces breaking into open terrain. In the air, the Allies have gained the upper hand, and at sea, precious few Axis supply ships arrive intact in Tunisia. So, I'll give you guys a look at what the map looks like. Wadi Akarit. Allied Forces HQ dispatch. Our forces are converging toward a link-up in central Tunisia. U.S. 2nd Corps and British 1st Army are to try and force the passes of the eastern dorsal range and then cut off the Axis line of retreat from Wadi Akarit. Be wary of overextending your forces, though. At this stage in the Desert War, there's no need for unnecessary risks. So, as the meme once said, here is the map. We can see all the British 8th Army forces down here, including the 1st British Armored, the 7th Armored, the Desert Rats, and all the other units. Over here, we've got the American forces, including the 1st Infantry Division, the Big Red One, who's at El Ghoutar. There's at the Manassi Pass, the Faid Pass, and the Fondouk Pass. Essentially, the briefing gave you everything you need to know. The U.S. and British First forces are supposed to push through and cut everyone off here. That's easier said than done, but we're going to give it a try. To the right are your objectives. In this case, we have to take Sfax by turn 4 and Infidaville by turn 7. There's 9 turns in the level, or in the scenario. You also have bonus objectives, such as taking the Fondouk Pass, the McNassie Pass, the Faid Pass, and the Kairouan. Taking these gives you extras, such as, in this case, the card means you get a special unit. The HQ symbol means that your HQ gets an ability. And then these could be anything. Most of the time they're cards, like extra cards, like a bombing run or an extra truck. Before we begin, though, we are allowed to reinforce our groups. Unfortunately, I used all my prestige points, so we cannot reinforce anyone. As reinforcements do cost money. Now, if you have any reserves, you can deploy those, but otherwise you have to basically pay for high command to send them, and we don't have those. Or we don't have any, so we'll have to make do. The key thing in this game, this is not about just throwing units at each other. The key thing is logistics. As in real war, logistics is key. If your guy, it doesn't matter how far you push, and it doesn't matter how many guys you kill, if your men run out of fuel and supplies, they will start to starve and eventually die. You could literally push all the way to the objective, but if your men run out of fuel, they will literally, and supplies, they will literally get weaker and weaker until they literally break apart. So we don't want that. It's why encirclement is such a good tactic in this game. Case in point, you can see here, there's a fuel supply here. So if we can swoop in and cut this off right here, all of these guys are trapped. Easier said than done, of course, but we're going to try it. You can check your, the best thing to do is always check your logistics lines. The green lines mean that there's a constant fuel source here, so you want to stick close to that. Red squares means no fuel can get here, which means your people will start suffering. And the lines, like with the red dots here, just tell you what the percentage chance of getting supplies is. So, we have ours here, and then we have theirs. Naturally, we don't want to push too far ahead and outrun our supply lines, but we do need to make some progress, else they're going to else they'll overrun us. So, or they'll get away, which we don't want. Hello, Cheshire. Welcome. It's Tactics Tuesday, so we're playing Unity of Command. Oh yeah, they do give you tabletop vibes, don't they? Well, in a sense, that's kind of the point. You're Supreme Commander, so you're basically making moves on a table, and then your guys are carrying out the results. So, let's go over... So now that I've basically positioned everything, and I don't have any reserves to deploy... Well, that's not exactly true. I could do something. Yeah, I think we're good. So, let's get started. So, combat is not just about numbers. Combat is also determined by multiple factors. How well dug in is the enemy? How experienced are they? What kind of weapons do they have? And all of this can be checked simply by clicking on a unit. So, for example, we got a Panzer Grenadier Regiment of the Africa Regiment. So this is like from the Africa Corps. So you could see they only have 3 dots, which is they're called steps, which is normally would be a pretty weak unit. 2 steps is normally viewed as a weak unit. However, these guys are elite. They're elite, which means they've seen battle, and they're really good at it, which means their stats have gone up. They're also entrenched, so attacking them could prove difficult. Of course, we're going to anyway. And this is where this is where the system comes in. So, here's the 1st Infantry Division. We only have them for 3 more scenarios. That's what this means. So, but as you can see, they've got a lot of steps. They have 6 steps and then 3 specialists. They have a tank group, which gives them extra attack and defense. They have an artillery piece. They got a towed howitzer. And then they've also got rangers. Now, rangers are cool because rangers and engineers negate trenches. So if we attack, if everything goes according to plan. Sometimes it doesn't. So if we attack, we only got 1 kill instead of 2. However, they pulled back. So, which is good. However, I'm not just going to throw these guys in here because that's 3 tank divisions. They'll get crushed. So we're just going to stay here for now. We could send our own tanks in, but again, they've only got 4 steps, and these guys are all veterans, so not a good idea. Was just playing StarCraft not too long ago. Turns out I'm not good at RTSs. Well, this is turn-based, so not nearly as big of a problem here, but I feel ya. Trust me, I do. Right. So, we also have our own abilities. such as an air attack. We can call in a bombing run. Now, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Depending on how it works, it's dependent on, like, you know, what's the weather like? What terrain is the enemy in? You know, is the unit entrenched? You know, how healthy are they? That kind of stuff. So, let's see. We want to hit, I think, this unit. Alright, we actually got a kill. We wiped out one of their units, which makes it easier for us. Now, let's see. Now, this is an equal exchange here. We have the advantage because our guys are veterans, and so are they, but we're using tanks, and they're not. So we have the advantage in numbers and in firepower. The difference, though, is that not only are, as you can see, if I can show it, if you look in the top right, above my hat, you'll see that there's 2 markers up there. The first one with the shovel means they're entrenched. They're dug in, which is going to make this harder for us. The little mound also means they're on higher ground, so that is also an advantage for them. Still, we have the advantage in the fact that we're, well, attacking with tanks, which they don't have any anti-tank equipment. So, yep, got them. Now, that word breached. Breached means you've lost your defenses, so you're no longer entrenched. And they also took 2 damage. We took 1. So as you can see now, it says weak because, well, they've only got 1 step left. It's still a good step. They're still a veteran unit, but they're not doing too good. Like, if we were to hit them again, they'd run for it. So they're probably going to pull back after that. Meanwhile, it's like the thing said, don't overextend, so we're not going to. Meanwhile, we've got the 4th Indian Division here. Indian Infantry Division. And they're going to smash through this line right here. Yep, breached. So we've now broken the defenses there. And we can start doing a little bit more damage. So we need to make some space. So we'll, let's go back over here. Let's see, I want to push them off that hill if I can. Doesn't look like we can, and I'd rather not risk a lot of my tanks if we can help it. Oh, wait, yeah, we can. There we go. Call in the New Zealand infantry. There we go. And now they're off the hill, which means we can move onto it. I'm not going to because, well, there's some really good units there. But if we wanted to move forward, we could. Actually, Alright, breached. But they didn't pull back. So, because our units moved and then attacked, we don't get any extra movement. So, this unit can't move any further. Normally, you want to make holes and keep pushing forward, and always, quick tip, always attack with your units in the rear first, because that way your units at the front can move forward faster. But, those guys didn't pull back, and we can't make any more attacks along here. So instead, we're just going to move up and get ready to move into the attack when we're able to. The tanks close to the front so they can push through and move on. I have entered the forest once again. Hello, Eclipse. Welcome. It's Tactics Tuesday. We are playing Unity of Command, and we are in North Africa right now. Alright, well, I want that pass, but we can't take it right now. Maybe we can. Actually, I think we can. Oh, nope, we can't. They didn't break. They probably will next turn, though. So, we can't do anything else right now. Best we can do is just prevent them from moving out. We don't want them getting around us. But they're dug in on the defensive, so I don't think they're going to try. Always check your logistics. See if you have to deploy any fuel trucks. We're good. So, it's their turn now. I will mention this. The AI in this game is scary. Any minor move you make that is a mistake, the AI will pounce on it. It will take full advantage of it, so don't mess around. Think through every move you make. Because if you overstep or go too far, the AI will pounce on you. Alright. So, You can see they're trying to make a run for it. They're trying to squeeze through here. We can't let that happen. So I'm going to try not to let it happen anyway. So we need to make a hole. So let's see what I can do. All right, we just pounded that Italian tank division, which crippled them. So now, all right, got him. So we have a hole. Make another one. And now, got it. So now we took that supply depot, and look, no supply. So all these units that are trapped in this little pocket here are gonna start suffering because they have no supplies coming in.
Oh no.
Yes, correct, Eclipse. If you make the slightest mistake, you'll be saying, "Oh no," because the AI will capitalize on it harshly. All right, so we've got them boxed in. Now, surprise, surprise, the AI does not like being boxed in. So now every one of their available units are gonna push through hell and high water to open a path. They will do anything. I've literally seen the AI throw their units at me and willingly sacrifice them just to open a path. So, but for now, these guys are all cut off in here, which is a good thing. Now, if we could exploit that weakness and keep moving, that'd be great, but as the thing said, we don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Now, I should also point out, your men are going to die. Don't think this is a game where you're like, oh, I don't want to lose anyone. You will. You will lose men. That's the entire point, though. You have to sacrifice men sometimes to make the objective happen. Now, I'm not saying, you know, don't waste their lives, but don't be afraid to use them. You have to. Such as in this case, fighting a tank battle here's a bad idea. They've got more experience, and they have me outnumbered. So instead, I'm going to dig in. They would have to attack me, which makes it a little bit easier. Meanwhile, nope. Wow, they held that off pretty well. I'm actually impressed. So, still can't make any progress. Your average, yes, your average war simulator, except because I've been appointed Supreme Allied Commander. So you will be going from front to front. So like North Africa, Sicily, Italy, and then into France and Western Europe. So, all right, let's see what we can do here, shall we? I want, if these guys weren't in the way, it'd be a lot easier, but they are, so, Right, you guys can afford the losses, so, ow. Alright, we got an opening, nice. So now that there's an opening, they have to send someone to fill it. Either these guys will move off the hill to dig in, these guys will pull back, or they'll have to pull a unit from somewhere else. So, all the better for us. Again, sometimes it feels like things go slowly in this game, and sometimes they do, but you need to be efficient. Yeah, so I overextended and now I'm going to pay for that. Maybe. We'll see. You have to be efficient because you are on a bit of a clock. Because the longer you take, you won't get get either the main or the secondary objectives. Alright, go ahead. We'll be here when you get back, Eclipse. Alright, so they took out that unit, but they didn't seal the gap. So these guys are now low on supplies. So we're actually not going to fully attack them. Not yet. Let's see. I do want to get rid of that unit, though, because they could still attack us. But we're not going to do, we're not going to, crush them. I'm not going to, be like, oh, move in, slaughter them all. No. We don't have to do that. Instead, what we'll do this one. Okay, so now what we've done is we have now completely sealed them in. They cannot go anywhere now. The only way out is through here, which I'm definitely not going to let them do. So, capture the yeah, these are the HQs. Capturing them cuts off units and does damage, so you definitely want to take them. Meantime, though, yeah, we're just going to bunch up right here and, yeah, try to get through. You can't. They would have to attack us. And these guys got hurt, so I need to keep them back here. They are a weak unit. So, yeah, all of these units are now boxed in and have no choice but to surrender. Well, either they surrender or they starve to death, which in this game basically means they'll run out of supply and then break up into units that we can capture, like as POWs. So we're basically done here. Let's see. Yoink. Yep, so now these guys are going to run out of supply because they don't have any supplies coming to them. That's the least of your problems, I think, though. There we go. Thank you. So, we're moving right along, I wonder. Yep, thought so. So this is a Recon Flyover. You basically call in a plane, and it looks over the map to see if there's any units. It can't tell you what. It'll just say, oh, there's an infantry unit here, or an armored unit here. You don't know what's in the unit. All I know is that there's a weak unit there in Sfax, and I need it out so I can capture it. So we will move in there on the next turn. I could go in there now, but I don't want to... Well, actually, could I? Yeah? I could, actually. Because this right here, this patch right here, that's impassable terrain. You can't go through that. So, there we go. Alright, so we've got the pass. Alright, so let's talk about unit abilities. Every unit, mostly infantry, have abilities you can use, like set piece attacks, feint attacks, rear guard actions, no retreat. But giving them specialists like artillery gives them access to other abilities like suppressive fire, which literally lets the unit use its artillery pieces to bombard an enemy and do damage. In this case, we crippled 2 of their units. Didn't kill them, we just crippled them. And so now that's a weak unit, but it's still dug in, and it still has artillery support. So, do it again. Nothing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Which is why you want to concentrate your artillery on targets to wear it down. Alright, still can't do anything over here. Yeah, the game's saying, hey, you got supply trucks. Yes, I know, but I don't need any right now. Oops. Well, we'll have to deal with that problem. Firstly, how the hell did he even do that? Oh, he did, Joker? Nah, huh. How did he do that? Like, did he cross the river? Well, doesn't matter. I have to deal with it. See, remember when I said the AI pounces on opportunity? Yeah, this was one of them. This guy literally swept through and without me knowing and just took a linchpin city. So now our supplies aren't coming through, which means everyone in here is going to start losing supplies if we don't get rid of him. Thankfully, I have some abilities that help with that. Now, that's a weak unit, but we're still not in any better position to drive him out. So, but we can make do. We just have to move fast. Well, sort of. Let's see. Can I divert anything? Yeah, because even our headquarters is out of supplies because we were using that supply line and it's just been cut off. So even our guys over here are suffering. Idiot. I'm still wondering how he did that, though. He was right here. What, did he drive across the river? Last I checked, that's an well, okay, no. It's apparently a dry riverbed, so apparently he could get across. I call bullshit, but alright, whatever. Thankfully, we do have this supply line that's still open, so that helps. Best thing we can do is divert our guys up there to deal with him. I'll send the desert rats, because we need to kill this guy. I mean, they're basically going to die anyway, because they have no supply of their own. They're just trying to hurt us. That is one thing this game is known for. The AI does not know the meaning of the word roll over and die. Like, the AI will never give up. They will keep fighting and fighting until you absolutely crush them or give them no alternative no alternatives. Like, as long as there's a way out or a way to fight, they will. And it is annoying it's as annoying as you think it is, but damn if it's not realistic. All right, let's see what we can do. We definitely want to keep that supply line open, so. Yep, we really need to get rid of that guy. And we weren't able to take the Fondok Pass by turn 3, but that's okay. We're still on course to take everything else. If we're lucky. That's a lot of defenses up there. And since my guys are now starving of supplies, we may be a little bit harder than I think. So, we'll find out. Yes, I know I've got trucks, but fat lot of good it does. Unless... Can we set up a new supply line here? Yes, we can. Okay, good. So we have a fuel dump set up, so now our guys aren't... These guys won't be suffering. As for the rest of them, though... Yeah, they're kind of going to be suffering a bit. Can we open this up? Oh, boy. Of course. Again, like I said, they don't know the meaning of the word roll over and die. So rather than just standing there and taking it, he's just going to keep running away. Which makes my job that much harder. So I have to divert air forces to kill him. And now, we have to... Yeah, we've done it now, but we have to reopen the supply line. So... And the reason all these guys are suffering right here is because there used to be a supply depot here, but that guy took it, so we had to bring in more supplies, and that's going to take us time. Time which, at this point, we don't really have. But, again, we'll make do. Alright, we have now taken Sus, or Suis, however you say that, I don't know. As you can see here, these units now have a red exclamation mark. They have all of their steps are empty, which means next turn they will literally surrender because they have no supplies left and they can't fight. So they will surrender on the next turn. And if I wanted to, we could literally just start wiping them out right now, but don't really see the need to because, like it says, don't be reckless. We're better off just taking them prisoner. One thing we are going to do, though, if we can, is we need to take... oh, can I get there that turn? No, I can't get there. Yeah, I want to take Kairouan, which would give us all of that fuel, which would help our guys out. But, yeah, I can't get there this turn. If this guy wasn't here, I probably could, but, yeah, not right now. So, unless... Yep, nope, that didn't work, because they're not going to retreat. So... Yeah, no retreat, so they will not run. So, best thing we can do is just next turn... Well... See, there's the objective. I need to take that in 2 turns from now. But taking those supplies would help our guys out because a lot of them are suffering. So, we'll see what we can do. Of course, another air attack. Don't worry, Supreme Commander. We've established air superiority. You won't have to worry about anything. Yeah, you lie. I don't appreciate being lied to. Right. Well, you're taking their supplies, so now, get out of my way. There we go. Out of my way. Aha! There's a unit here. But thankfully, we've got our supply... Well, almost. I was about to say almost all of our supply lines are reestablished. We still have some holdouts. But as you can see, all of these dots right here are POWs who are just wandering around. So we can just move in now and capture them. Problem solved. It does, of course, slow your men down because they have to march through and collect all of them. So if they're going to slow you down too much, ignore them. Just move on. You can collect them later. All right, we've got an opening. But we can't exploit it because... All right, so allow me to explain Zone of Control. Zone of Control is where units have the ability to essentially... the force they give off is so powerful that it blocks you from moving full speed. The only way to stop Zone of Control is to basically damage a unit, pin it down in battle, or wipe it out. And since we pinned this one down, we can move around it. And yeah, we need to get up here and kill those guys before, yeah, we need to wipe them out by next turn. Of course, this is the 999th Africa Corps Division, or Africa Division. It's a motorized unit, but they've got a flak gun, or a set of flak guns, some 88mm flak guns, which, for those who don't know your World War II history, or have not played any game set in World War II, 88mm flak guns are scary. They can shoot down both airplanes and blow up tanks. They're really scary. So those guys are going to be a problem unless we can get rid of them. Welcome back, Eclipse. Alright, let's see what we can do. Alright, suppressed. Kill them. Alright, they pull back, so now we can move in. Got it. And we captured their HQ. So every time you capture an HQ for, like, a command center, it'll pull back. If it can't go anywhere, it is captured, and that army, or whatever group it was commanding, loses all of their abilities, period. So if you can, again, that's basically the equivalent of capturing the leading general, his command staff, and everyone else. So of course it's going to do a lot of damage. So let's see. Alright, well, remember how I said they zone of control? Yeah, we can't take those guys, but doesn't matter, because as you can see, our job here is done. This is all that's left of them. They are captured here. These are the only guys left. They're completely surrounded. There's no way out. So, we're done here. Oh, wait. Real quick. There we go. So the game is basically going to ask us next turn. They're like, hey, do you want to end the game now? And the answer to that question is yes. So my guys don't keep getting bombed. Yep. Gold star. Primary objectives taken on time. Which means we are following the historical route. Alright, next. Tunis. 23rd of April, 1943. Axis forces in Africa have been forced back into an ever-shrinking bridgehead in northern Tunisia. With nowhere left to retreat, few supplies, and even fewer reserves, the Africa Corps makes a last stand as the Allies launch their final offensive on the continent. Historically, this was one of the biggest losses Nazi Germany would take. to be fair, the entire Axis powers would take. 250,000 prisoners were taken here because they couldn't evacuate all of them. There weren't enough ships. There weren't enough ships. There wasn't enough coordination to evacuate them to Sicily. So 250,000 guys got left here and had to surrender. Anyway, U.S. Second Corps stands ready to attack near Mater. After a few days of reorganizing, British First Army will be ready to launch our main attack, aimed directly at Tunis. Due to the terrain it faces, Allied Force headquarters recommend that the 8th Army be used in a defensive role. Most of its best units have been transferred to the British First Army. So as you can see here, what they mean by that is, here's the 8th Army over here in a defensive position. They're dug in and they're basically holding. First Army is over here, and most of the best units have indeed been transferred over, so we can make a push. And then there's the American force over here, the Second Corps, which is ready to move on to Mater, which is here. Now, there are two objectives: Tunis and Bizerte, it's Bizerta, but Bizerte. These are the two port cities that the Axis are retreating from. We need to take these as quickly as possible to prevent them from retreating. Problem though, they've got some really good units. There's the Hermann Goering Fallschirmjäger division here. These are elite infantry. They're paratroopers, basically. They're good. We've also got the 21st Panzer Division over here, along with the 164th long range. I think that's light Africa, or it might be long range. I don't know. There's an Africa Division, and then the 90th Africa Division, who are dug in and are... Oh, well, they're not. The tanks aren't, but these guys are dug in. So, the objective remains the same. We got to take these two areas. Now, the thing does say, hey, First Army should make the attack. My argument is, how? The road is so narrow, and the rest of this is all mountains. What do you want me to do? You just want me to throw my guys over the mountains? I mean, you can do that, but again, they're infantry. They're not going to be able to fight tanks. So, we need passageways. No, hey Yoko, welcome. It's Tactics Tuesday, so we're playing Unity of Command 2, and I'm Supreme Allied Commander in North Africa. Alright, before we do anything, we do need to see if we can reinforce our guys. Because we got a lot of prestige in that last mission, we can now afford to replace some of our losses. Mind you, not all of them, because they do get expensive. Case in point, if I wanted to refresh this entire armored unit, it would take me 45 prestige. And yeah, it is the 7th armored, but here's the catch. You don't just... Again, these guys are elite. You don't just recruit elite units to resupply somebody. No, they're getting reinforcements. They're going to be green draftees. So the more reinforcements you put on a unit, the overall, like, I'm not going to say weaker, but the less experienced they become, as all the veterans are either dead or swapped out. So we're not going to do that yet. I am going to do it over here, though, because we need some guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We have a free French unit right here. I have plans for them. Now, problem with them. They're actually, as you can see, pretty weak. They do have a good... I don't speak... I'm doing good, Yoko. I hope you are, too. I don't speak French, so I don't know how you say that. Gumier? But it's a Special Forces unit. It's basically it's the same as a Ranger, but not as well trained. So these guys, with the Gumiers, these guys could probably break the defenses right here and push to Bizerte. But they've only got like a small group of men. So if they get hurt, they're basically done, and we lose that unit. So instead, I think what I'm going to do, let me see here. Here's the 1st Infantry Division, still swinging, still hitting strong. I think what I'm going to end up doing, the tanks here, is that I'm going to give the tanks, this is the 1st Armored Division, going to give them some engineers. Now, engineers are cool. Engineers and Rangers do the same thing. they remove defenses from when you attack an enemy. So if you're going to break through the defenses, you want commandos, rangers, engineers, stuff like that. We're going to use the first armored to basically punch a hole through here. We are going to have to break the line, but if we break it, we can basically exploit it. And if we move fast enough, maybe, we can surround these guys, we can cut these guys off. Because they're getting their fuel supply from Mature and... hold on. I seem to be having a... my stream keeps dropping in and out. Give me a minute. I want to check it's not a bitrate problem. Nope. Okay. So, the plan here is simple. I'm basically going for a multi-pronged attack. The French, the Free French infantry with their commandos are going to try to make their way toward Berserk. If they can't make it, oh well, we'll figure something out. But meanwhile, the 9th, 34th, and the 1st Infantry Division will make a hole here, and the 1st Armored Division will go in. So we can take Matir. We do that, we cut off one of the main fuel hubs, and then if we're really lucky, we could possibly take this one too, and basically starve these guys of their supplies. Meanwhile, as much as I really don't want to. If engineers are cool, what about anime engineers? Fun fact, according to a friend of mine who served in the U.S. military, it's tankers who are the biggest weebs. Like he says...
Then pay with your blood!
No, don't shoot the messenger. Pay with my blood. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just going off what he told me. He said that tankers are the biggest weebs in the military because he worked on tanks. He not only did he drive one, but he also did maintenance on them because he was a driver. And yeah, he said every tank in my unit had weeb shit in it. Whether it was like a sticker of an anime waifu or something hanging up there. Yeah, the tankers are weebs. So, again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just going off what he told me. So... And if you're about to ask, well, wait, if the tankers are weebs, who are the furries? I don't know. It ain't the engineers, though. The engineers are the straight ones who are just like, I hate this fucking job. I don't want to be here. I hate all of you. That's the engineers. Because the engineers always have to clean up people's bullshit. Let's see. Dare I? Yeah. Do it. Alright. Alright, here we go. Preparations are complete. We are go for the attack. Now, the big secondary objective is Calibia, which is basically the end of this peninsula here. We take this, there's basically no way for them to escape anymore. It's basically showing we've cut them off. So... I like the sound stuff. It's fun to mess around with them. I only ever try to save my points for one. That way I'm not spamming. Hey, I don't have a ton of self-control. Hey, don't worry about it. I've got a lot of them in here. Hold on. I'll give you an example of a few of them. Some of the ones I like. Let's see. We've got the stop right there. Criminal scum is the whole thing. It's not just the line. I've got blood for the blood god.
Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull throne!
I've got the showdown guitar. Let's see. And then the EDF deploys, enlarge, reduce the imp, Zaruk goes Ara Ara, and then this is an order, all have caveats to them. So, for example, this is an order.
This is an order!
Basically, this is an order means that you give me a direct order that I have to follow within reason in a game, essentially. That's what that's for. Enlarge and reduce the imp does exactly what it sounds like. You just have to tell me if you want me or someone's PNG made bigger or smaller. The one that someone really likes in my chat or in my group is this one. And whenever that plays, I have to sing. I have to sing the first, second, and like I've got to sing the next part of the battle hymn of the EDF. So, all right. So, but enough about that. On to the game. The showdown guitar is the opening to the theme to the song Zero from Ace Combat Zero. It is the music that plays before you fight the final boss in Ace Combat Zero. All right. So, game time. We need an opening. So, all right, we did oh, and they pull back. Interesting. All right, let's see if we can't take advantage of that. Drop some artillery on these guys. Do it again. Nice. All right, so those guys are really weak. So now, first armor rolls in, punches a hole right through the line. So we can now move up. So, yeah. Now, these guys didn't take a lot of damage. They only pulled back to a new position. So, they're pretty okay. But not that other group. They were hurt. So, now we can take advantage of that. Meanwhile, see if we can't get these guys to hit. That'll do it. Well, maybe not, actually. Do it again. That'll do it. All right. So, we move across. All right. Now, naturally, these guys are not strong enough to take that entire city by themselves. What they can do, though, is that now that they're here, we can possibly, on the next turn, move in and cut off the fuel supplies and maybe build a bridge that'll help movement a bit. So the second Corps' attack is going a lot better than it should, honestly. I'm a little surprised. Meanwhile, from up here, fire. All right. All right, good. We did some damage, and they pull back too. So we're making openings. But these guys, the Hermann Goering Division, oh boy. The Hermann Goering Division, named after the supreme leader of the Luftwaffe, aka the German Air Force, himself, Hermann Goering. I need to explain to you guys. Everyone likes to think, everyone knows what a paratrooper is. They jumped out of planes. Well, the German Fallschirmjägers did that until 1940, when they parachuted onto Crete to capture it. It was very quickly discovered that, well, paratroopers who are lightly armed and don't have a lot of support are very easily ganged up on and killed. And there are numerous stories of Cretan civilians killing these guys because they would fall, get separated from each other with only a pistol for protection, and they'd get jumped by Cretan civilians. Or heck, there's a story of one guy who got caught in a tree. A bunch of Cretan farmers came out and stabbed him to death with their pitchforks. So, yeah, after that, Hitler declared that the Fallschirmjäger would never jump again. Like, they would be deployed to battle, but they'd never jump because it was too risky. But it doesn't matter, because Fallschirmjägers are still dangerous. The German paratroopers, Fallschirmjäger, that's what they're called, were literally trained, like, if you want to know how tough these guys are, they were literally trained to stand on, like, a 5 or they were literally instructed to stand up straight, and then fall forward onto their face. You were only allowed into the Fallschirmjägers if you could do that and not raise your hands. Like, you had to be so brave and so tough that you would fall flat on your face and not even try to catch yourself. Like, they wouldn't accept you if you couldn't do that. These guys were, well, they weren't psychos like the SS, but they were scary. They were elite. They were good soldiers, and they knew how to fight. And they would, in Sicily especially, they would kill a lot of Allied soldiers with how tough they were. Now, make sure you just do it in the actual round then. Alright, let's see. Can I take this hill? Yes, I can. Nice. So because we pushed up and took Longstop Hill, the British First Army now has access to an engineer unit. So if I want to give engineers to, say, the 1st British Armored, I can do that. It's just going to take them some time to get deployed. Meanwhile, there we go. That's an opening. Alright. Not going to press, though, because if I push in and then these guys get jumped by tanks, they're not going to make it. So we've made a hole. They're going to have to fill it with something else. So we're doing good. We'll put the tanks in later. Meanwhile, yeah, these guys got to reorganize because a lot of these units are spread out. So, can we make an opening here? No, those guys are too tough. There we go. All right, next turn we should be able to advance a little bit. And the poor 7th Armored Division is so beat up that I really don't feel like putting them in battle. They'll die, and I need them for later missions. So, yeah, for now, we're stopping here. Progress is slow, but at least it's progress. Yep, there they are. They counterattack. Alright. So that's how we're going to play, huh? Alright, fair enough. Wait a minute. Is that, Yep, mud. Alright, so there's topography view, and there's also weather view. And it rained here, so this is all mud now, which is going to slow our guys down big time. But we still need to make an opening. So, let's see what we can do. That'll work. Or, kinda. That didn't do nearly as much as I wanted. Because the problem is, we did cripple them, but because those 3 dots are still unfilled, they'll just get them all back next turn. So, the unit pulled back. It's hurt, but it pulled back in good order. Which means, since I can't chase it down because of the mud, they're just going to regroup and make our job that much harder. So, again, all we can basically do is find these little weak points. There we go. There's an opening. We can definitely take advantage of that. So we've now pushed up and we're closing in. They're either going to have to, like, come over here and fight us, or we're just going to be allowed to walk. Well, sort of. If I move these guys, I have a feeling they'll cross this river, so I don't want them to do that. So we're going to hold up for a minute. Meanwhile, out of my city. Thank you. Got it. So, with that taken, these guys are about to have some fuel problems. Motorized? Yeah, get rid of the motorized unit. Don't want them moving everywhere. Okay. Unfortunately, our poor French guys over here are about to get jumped, so they need and they can't dig in either. Well, Alright, well, they're going to have to hold on for a minute. We've taken this ahead of schedule, but Berserk, we've got to move faster. Because it's almost, we got to capture both of these by turn 6, and it's almost turn 3. It'll be turn 3 next, so I need to start making some progress. Now, if you're looking at this game, you're probably thinking, hey, why don't you just surround the city and then, you know, starve them out? I can't. Berserk is a port. They'll always have enough supplies. You can't, if they've got a marker like this, it means you can't starve them out. They'll just keep getting supplies. Huh. I'm sorry to hear that, Eclipse. Sometimes in video games, practice doesn't make perfect. It's weird, huh? Alright, let me see. My biggest fear is that they'll counterattack and damage the 1st Armored, and I really need them. So, let's pull back, put these guys in. Because if we lose these tanks, if we lose the 1st Armored, we're up shit creek. Because I need them to push over here. Because all the other tanks are distracted over here. I need an armored unit. Because they're the only ones who can move fast enough. Alright. We've made some progress in other areas, but not as much as I'd want. As Colonel Sawyer said in World in Conflict, why aren't we making any progress, people? Get this goddamn show on the move. Show on the road. Get this goddamn show on the road. That's okay, Eclipse. Don't worry about it. Alright, good. They're moving to block us. Good. We can take advantage of that. Because now that they've left me a path... Let's see. Gotta keep the tanks here for the time being. Again, if we can bottle these tanks up, it'll make my job so much easier. Doubt that'll happen, but it's worth a shot. Alright, we've now got these guys surrounded, which is good. First ID moves in. Well, almost. Got it. Berserk taken ahead of schedule. The French got the Frenchies got pounded though, so we'll leave them on garrison duty. Meanwhile, see if we can't make a few more openings, shall we? There's one. There's another. All right, so we have now opened a path. And because we took that fuel point, any units that are here on the mountains are going to start running out of supplies. But there's still supplies coming in from Tunis, which means these guys aren't going to starve. We got to keep pushing, though. I got to compress them in. Let's see what we can do. Go away. There we go. That is one dead tank unit. Thank goodness for that. That also will make our jobs that much easier. Drop some artillery on them. Soften them up a bit. Alright, didn't work as well as I thought. Nope. Hey, it's cool, Eclipse. Everyone's passionate about something. I'm passionate about military history, which is why I'm playing this. I totally get it. Look, you are welcome here. It doesn't matter how passionate you are, as long as you're not bothering anybody or causing problems, you are welcome here. Always. Look, I don't care. This is for everyone. I don't care what your quirks are. I don't care what your interests are. You are welcome here. Everyone is welcome here. Normal doesn't exist because everyone is different and there's no one who's normal. So as far as I'm concerned, everyone's welcome here. So y'all are always welcome here. Be yourself. Be who you are. In my opinion, that's the way God made you. So do what you want. Be who you want to be. Live how you want to live. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. Be you. That's all there is to it. I wish more people knew that nowadays. But yeah, be you. You're always welcome here. Period. And if anyone tells you otherwise, and they're not me, and they're here in this chat, you let me know, and I will straighten them out. Because you're always going to be welcome here. Man, you guys are just... Man, you're bound and determined, huh? Alright. Far be it for me to stop you. They're gonna put everything into this attack. Or into these movements. Yeah, follow the rules, but otherwise, you are welcome here. Don't worry. Alright. That takes care of that. Let's see. We got 2 turns, so I need to start doing some damage. Alright, the defenses are breached, and they pull out. Good. Which means we can do this. Got it. Alright, Tunis is now... They are now cut off. There are no more supplies. This entire group right here, all of their units, are now cut off, and unless they push me off of Tunis, which, good luck, but if they can do that, they'll get their supplies back. But for now, they've got nothing. So we might be able to take advantage of this. Maybe. I need to get over here. I gotta do it quick, too. I gotta do it in 2 turns. So I doubt I'll be able to, but I can give it a shot. First thing we're gonna do, though, is close these gaps. There will be no escape. So these guys are all boxed in now. The only way out... Well, there is no way out. The only way out would be to fight, would be able to push me out, but they're not going to be able to do that. So it's either fall back toward here, which they'll probably do. Let's see. Yeah, there is a tank unit over there, so they're already expecting that. But yeah, it's either pull back over there and dig in, or yeah, or just wait for me to show up. Thank you for the hydrate and the posture check, Cataclysm. I appreciate it. Regardless, they're done. They literally can't do anything now. They're done here. Like, they either have to surrender or they just bleed a little bit more before they surrender. But knowing the AI in this game, like I've said before, it'll fight. It won't just surrender. It'll fight. So, granted, I've been surprised before, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to take any risky moves because I want to see what they do. And the stretch, thank you. Yeah, see? They can't do anything. So they didn't move at all because they are literally boxed in and can't do anything. So, got to get there by the next turn. I'm not going to be able to do that. Maybe, though. Let's see. Maybe I can... Yeah, I can't make an opening there. Unless... that's a risky attack, but... Nope, didn't work. We didn't get through. So, nope. So those guys start dying, like running out of supplies completely, we cannot press in. So, all we can do now is wait. I mean, to be fair, though, that won't take long. Because, like, they basically got nothing. So I can just bomb the crap out of them. Like that, and they won't be able to get their supplies back. So, we wait. Yes, SETI. It's Tactics Tuesday. We're playing Unity of Command. I am Supreme Allied Commander in North Africa right now. Let's see. Alright, they have no supplies now. They're completely cut off. Let's start doing some damage. Or as much as we can do, anyway. Because, again, we're still limited by how fast our guys can move. Like, just because we make an opening doesn't mean we can just instantly win. We still have to move at normal speed. Yeah, Tactics Tuesday. Yep. Alright, let's see. Can we make... Let's see. I don't want to waste the tanks. Can we make any other moves from here? I mean, yeah, well, I thought that would actually cut those guys off. It didn't work. Let's see. Yeah, they're dug in like ticks. We're gonna have to, like, pry them out. Let's see. There we go, that'll do it. So. I really don't want to waste the tanks, but we kind of have to. Or at least use them to open a gap. There we go. That should be... I think that'll work. Hang on a minute. Oh, we can't. I can't rewind, so... Yep, that's as close as we're going to get to Calibia. Yeah, just didn't have enough movement, because it'll be turn 7 by the time I get there. So we don't get to take that bonus objective, but hey, we took all the other objectives ahead of schedule, so these guys are basically done. The entire Panzer Army, A-OK, Panzer... 5th, hold on, how do you say that? Panzer Army, I think it's Panzer Army Africa 5th, or 5th Corps, or whatever. They're basically done. So, yeah, sorry about the Nightbot. He's dumb. Don't worry about him. Alright, that'll do it. So, in the scenario, yep, primary objectives taken on time, and Masters of the North African Shore. The Tunisian campaign is over. All enemy resistance has ceased. We are masters of the North African shore. Telegram sent by Harold Alexander to Winston Churchill on May 13th, 1943. So, we took North Africa, so now we move on to Operation Husky, July 9th, 1943. For the first time since the evacuation... Oh. Thank you. But the fight has only begun. Only just beginning. For the first time since the evacuation of Greece in April 1941, Western Allied forces are returning to mainland Europe in strength. Operation Husky, the invasion of Sicily, is about to commence. The skies above the island have been cleared, and the Allied invasion fleets close in on the beaches. So, this is what it's all about. Scenario AFHQ dispatch. Your forces lay ready off the shores of Sicily. Once the beaches are secured, British 8th Army should advance on your main objective, Messina. US 7th Army will provide flanking support. German units constitute a large threat until your forces have a secure foothold. Note, you will have to land 1 unit by sea before your paratroopers can drop. Yeah, and we don't get prep time on this one. We're just going right in. So, let's see. Here's the 8th Army, and 7th Army's over here. So, you got the 1st British Airborne, the Red Devils, and then I believe this is the 82nd. Yep, 82nd. The US 80, AA, the All-Americans. So, welcome to another thing this game is known for. Beach landings. And as you can see up here, we have a major supply problem. On beach landing operations, most of the time bonus objectives are going to be additional ports and supply hubs. If you don't capture these, your men are going to be, basically, with 50% supply, it means every unit will have a 1 and 2, will have 50% chance of getting supplied on the next turn. You could roll really well, or you could roll shit, and your guys could literally, be, could wither on the vine. So, oh no, the Wigglies! No, not the Wiggly invasion. Of course, one really badass thing about landing invasions is, this. We have naval bombardment support, so we can literally clear areas out with naval bombardment. So, we've taken Syracuse on turn 1, which is good. Of course, we need to, most of these bridges are broken. I wish I could zoom in and show y'all, but most of the bridges here are broken. So our main goal is to get a foothold and then repair these bridges so our guys are interconnected and our supply lines aren't splintered. So, I need another bombardment. Fire! Fire everything! That'll work. Can we storm ashore with that? Yes, we can. All right. So we have secured the objectives. We can now bring in 8th Army HQ, which we will deploy at Syracuse. Unfortunately, as I said, most of the bridges are busted at the moment. Until we get them fixed, we are basically, well, we've got nothing. We need to fix these bridges so our guys can effectively work together. Meanwhile, on the left side of things with the 7th Army, with the American 7th Army, let's see. All right, that looks clear, so we'll land there. There we go. Pretty sure that's Jayla. So that would make sense, actually. Yep, that's the 1st Infantry Division, so yeah, that's Jayla. All right, so next. Gunfire. That'll do. All right. Let's see. Get ashore. All right. So. Seventh Army HQ is now deployed as well. Unfortunately, our guys are a bit more... American forces are a bit more spread out. So we will take advantage of that, or we'll make that work by having the airborne drop on Lakata, which means we now have the ability to... We've got this position here, which means we'll have to build bridges up really fast. So there's one, which will help. And on the next turn, we can build this one. So yeah, you want these bridges back up so your guys aren't cut off from each other. It takes one full group thing of movement and one turn to cross a broken bridge. You're better off just building them. Pillow Fort Zaruk stands strong. The invasion is over for now. Yeah, for now. The Wigglies will always return. They always come back. Let's see. Sorry, just clearing out a few things over here. All right. So, we took Syracuse early. Our other objective that we have to do in 11 turns is the city of Messina. Our bonus objectives are Licata, which I've already taken, Marsala, over here, Trapani, Catania Airfield, which is over here, and then Palermo. Now, we're going to do what actually happened historically. The original plan, historically anyway, was for the 8th Army to land and then push north to Messina. General Patton, who was in command of U.S. 7th Army, thought that was a shit idea. And to be fair, it is a shit idea. So his response was, okay, well, how about this? I'll go west. I'll go take Palermo, which means we can cut off all the guys over here on the west. So Patton's 7th Army went west, taking Marsala, Trapani, Palermo, and then, without orders, basically drove east and got to Messina before 8th Army had even gotten there. So, to put this into perspective, 8th Army was supposed to go from here to here. 7th Army went here, 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 and here before that. They went basically like 3 or 4 times the length and still got there faster. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see what we can find, shall we? Alright, so we've got infantry units there. They are going to be able to deploy another reinforcement unit in next turn, as will we. Next turn, we can call in the 4th British Armored Brigade. Yeah, 4th British Armored. And then we can also call in U.S. Armored Combat Command A. It's I think it's 4th Armored. No, 2nd Armored. Okay. Combat Command A and Combat Command B. So, but we need to wait. In the meantime, yeah, I cannot establish any supply dumps because we've already got supply points. So, let's move on. Don't know. Oh, guess they pulled back. All right. So, we do have a little bit of trouble. We have contact coming this way. So, but it's all right. We're going to take this opportunity to basically build up our defenses and establish basically a front line, if anything. All right, front line established. We can now begin offensive operations. We don't want to lose our landing point, though, so we need to make sure it is extra secure. Let's see if we can't make some space, shall we? Alright, so we can now call in the 4th Armored Brigade, which really needs more tanks in it, honestly, but sure, that'll be fine. And Combat Command A, which I can't deploy right now because we're short on supply, so I need to establish a line. There we go, that should do it. There we go, Combat Command A. And that bridge is being repaired. So next turn, we can finally start moving. For now, though, we have to basically make sure everything stays relatively stable. Again, relatively anyway. So. Now the cool thing is, we do have defensive fire. If any of the enemy units come into these white areas to attack us, the guns of the naval guns will defend us. We also have another bombardment use, but I got nothing to shoot at right now. And besides, next turn, they'll be gone. They have to leave. So. I don't really feel comfortable moving until that bridge is set up, because I don't know what's out here. So. For now, I think we're going to be okay. Once I know this area is not dangerous, we'll start moving. That's what I've got the tanks for anyway. So for now, we wait. I'm playing very defensively, but I mean, this is still risky. If we, like, they own this whole island. If we push out too fast, they'll swing in, cut us off, and then I'll lose. Like, I'm not getting any more men. I only got reinforcements coming in on the next turn and the next turn, and that's it. I don't get any more. So I got to be very, very, very careful. That'll work. Alright, so next turn. Yep. Glad I waited. What do we got here? Oh! Hey, Solar Hole, thank you for the biddy bites. Welcome. It's Tactics Tuesday. So we're playing Unity of Command 2. Alright, what is this? 15th Panzer Grenadiers. Not going to worry about you guys right now. Actually, I got a better idea. Oh, right. So much for the Hermann Goering Panzer Division. I mean, that won't kill him, but it'll definitely slow him down. Because that looked like it hurt. So. Alright. Let's move, keep moving our guys up. We can deploy Combat Command B. First, though. These guys are going to be a problem. They're veterans and they're in the forest, which means I'm kind of at a disadvantage when dealing with them. But I can't just leave them here. They'll literally wipe out the beaches. They'll wipe out the beach force if I leave them. Let me think. Still, let's bring the tanks in. Alright, let me think. What can I do here? That'll work. Not as well as I hope, but it'll work. Alright, that pushes them back, but it's not going to stop them. That's the problem. It won't stop them. So. And these guys are... this is a British brigade, so I need to keep them over here. But some reinforcements would be nice. So, there we go. That'll definitely slow them down. Alright, 45th ID. Alright. Crush that Italian tank group. And lo and behold, we now have an opening. I think I'll send the paratroopers with the tanks. There we go. So, we now have 4 units, the 3rd Infantry Division, the 82nd Airborne Division, and the 2 tank groups heading west. I'll have to rely on the 45th and the 1st Infantry Division to hold the American beaches, while the British force continues to push north. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I know the art style is really good for this game. Shit. See, remember how I said that sometimes the rules apply to you, but never apply to the enemy? Yeah, so my guys are all in perfect condition, so zone of control should have stopped those guys, but yeah, the AI doesn't care. The AI just says, yeah, that rule doesn't apply to me. And so they just swooped in and did that. But that was a waste because that whole unit is now dead. It could have been used for anything else, but they wasted it, so fine by me. You want to overextend and get your unit wiped out? Okay. Alright. We have, got no more naval gunfire, so we're on our own for right now, but Canadian armor just arrived. Alright. There we go. Bridge secured. Or airfield secured. Let's get another bridge up. 2 bridges, actually. Because that one bridge is a bit of an issue. And until we, like, it's not enough. So, we need more bridges so we can get more of our guys across. Huh. And yes, since the tanks got across, we can't exactly do much damage here. So, hit those guys, but they're still holding. So, I need to make some progress, though, so we need to get moving. All right. All right, there's an opening. So now... Oh, well, hold on. I need to set up a supply dump. There we go. So, the way things are going, we should make some good progress, but my fear... and it's probably going to happen, is the enemy, just like you, the enemy can destroy bridges. And I wanted to be over this inlet right here, this river. I wanted to be over this before turn 5, which I'm not. So they're probably going to blow the bridge, which makes my job that much harder. So, we'll see what we can do. Meanwhile, Combat Command A, here's the problem. The American Combat Command units are good, they're fast, and they have usually good specialists, but they're really weak in numbers. Like, they've only got 4 steps, which makes it kind of hard to really throw your armor around, which kind of irritates me, but hey, whatever. Alright, the defenses are gone there, so we can easily take that next turn. Yeah, I think we're good for now. Yeah, I knew they'd do that. Okay, they didn't blow the bridge, which is good. It means we can move fast. We can keep moving. But, let's see. I don't know what's over there. That's the problem. If these guys get stopped because of an enemy, it's really going to piss me off. Alright. Let's see. What else can I do? Get across? Okay. Alright, nice. Very good. Okay, so now that we're across, they can't really blow the bridge because it's in our territory. So if they try to blow it, it won't work. I need to get the other tanks moving, though. But I want to get rid of this. Nah, screw it. Get rid of this eyesore. There. And maybe... Yeah, we can loop around. We can try that. Push them back. Dig in here. Alright, so remember how I said we were going to build those bridges? I'm glad I did, because now we can get more of our guys across. First things first, though. That's destroyed. Yeah. Alright, okay, y'all probably didn't see the text, but it popped up and said cornered. If an enemy is cornered, it means they can't go anywhere. They can't fall back anywhere, they can't move anywhere, which means they basically lose all of their morale, all of their supply, and they basically give up. So they're basically really easy to crush now, which we are most certainly going to do. Yeah, cornered and overrun. So we can just wipe them out and then cross the bridge. Like so. There we go. See if I can't build another bridge. And so now with that done, yeah, we're almost there. But now it gets tough because there's no open field anymore. Now it's mountain passes, narrow roads, and everything else you don't want to see when you're invading somewhere. So, well, now begins the grind. The grind. The slow, meticulous grind forward. Alright, progress is good on this end. Alright. We're going to cut them off. Like this. So now, every enemy unit over here is now going to basically, well, start suffering. Okay. See, this is why I wanted to get across the bridge earlier, because Trapani's also going to be defended, as is Palermo, and you need to take them by turn 7, so I wanted to get over there faster. So we'll get Marsala, maybe Trapani, but I don't think we're going to get Palermo on turn 7. So, meh. Just going to build bridges all over your island to show you how to express how angry I am. Alright. So now, I'm going to cut this tank unit off, at least from going this way. So, now sure, they're not out of supply because they're sitting on a supply point, so they'll be fine. But, yeah. These guys, though? No, these guys are in trouble. And if I could get up here, they'd be in trouble too. But, current objective is the same. Push up. Which I'm going to need air support for. I devoted most of the air support over here, but yeah, we're going to need air support. So, yep, not much progress here now, but hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. Yep, we wait. We wait. I hate saying that word, we wait. I hate it. Alright. Let's see. Yikes. I think those guys restocked. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be a little late, but I can take that one, and yeah, I can't take that one. Yeah, that's what happens when you fall behind. So, nuts. Oh well. We'll be able to take them on the next turn, which is okay by me. Unless... maybe? Question mark? Nope. Nope. Yeah. We can't take it. Because again, force of, zone of control, that's an HQ building, or a headquarters, so we can't just roll over there and take it, because, haha, no. Still, they're basically done. This entire area has been cut in half. They're done. There's supplies coming in, so if they don't surrender to me, well, empty fuel tanks and empty stomachs will convince them otherwise. So, see if we can't do a little bit of damage here. I mean, it's not great, but it's better than nothing. Yep, cornered. They can't go anywhere, so bye-bye. Nice. Now, we do have one small problem. Because of the way the fuel lines are structured, or like fuel travels, yeah, we have to secure a lot of this space so we can keep bringing in fuel supplies. And unfortunately, even if we have the roads for it, sometimes there's just not, it's not efficient. So we have to use our own, make our own fuel dumps, which I just did. So there we go. See, this is why this level can be a bit of a pain. These guys are dug in. Well, not yet, but these guys are tough, and they're guarding the way to Messina. And historically, Messina was a minor victory. Or sorry, Sicily was a minor victory at best, mainly because the plan had been to get to Messina and cut off all of the German and all the Axis forces on Sicily before they could evacuate to mainland Italy. It didn't work out that way. Because of the way Sicily is, mountainous, rugged, and very difficult to traverse, the Germans and the Italians were able to hold up the American and British forces long enough for a majority of their forces to evacuate to Italy. So that's basically what's happening here. Like, we could have, if these guys weren't here, we could easily get up there, but no, that's not happening. So alright. Move my HQ over here. Move this one to the airfield, because it'd be good to have it. There we go. So yeah, again, we wait. The quote, the siege tank from StarCraft 2, got no patience for sitting around, but I got to. Alright, that takes care of that. Alright, these guys are now, yeah, they're done. There we go. And one of the combat command teams is now elite, but they're going to need a minute to rest because they got pretty beat up. So, yeah. That's it for the west side. Now we got to focus over here. Let's see. Alright. Got another opening. Can't do anything about it right now, though. But next turn, we can pour onto that area, pour through that area. All right. So, we're basically done until the next turn, because, again, movement is limited, and yeah, we're kind of held up everywhere. Good news is, we can get to Messina now. We should be able to take it pretty easily, too. Alright. So, British Airborne captures the fuel dump, which means these guys are now cut off over here. Like that. So, yeah. These guys are basically done, or to quote the bulldozer, you are so fucked! Yeah, they're done. Very much so. Alright, so, now we can concentrate over here. Okay, so now we only have to get rid of that infantry group right there, and we'll have captured the city. So anything else is basically cut off. So the 6 Armada HQ, done. And all these prisoners here, done. These guys, they're done. This Fallschirmjäger unit, cut off and surrounded, so they're done too. And so was this coastal battalion, but we didn't bag as much as we didn't even bag. I don't think we bagged as much as I think we bagged more than they did historically, but still, it's not exactly a major victory because we were supposed to have cut off all of them, and we've only pocketed a few of them. So, meh. And we still got to take Messina, so... Do I know anything about Gloomhaven? No. What is that? I've never heard of it. What is that? Alright, defenses are breached. Thanks. Thanks, losers. There we go. We've taken the city on time, and we captured their HQ. So yeah, the only people left now are this Fallschirmjäger unit who would, in reality, would never surrender. They would just keep fighting. And this coastal battalion. And this CR. I don't know what that is. I guess, I don't know what that means, CR. Combat regiment or combat, I don't know, whatever. Gloomhaven. It was a game that just hit version 1.0 and was apparently adapted from a tabletop RPG. Huh. I'll have to look into it then. Thanks for letting me know. Air attacks. Why not? Alright. Yep, they're done. So yeah, everything else is now captured. So yeah, objectives completed. So, yes. Yep, objectives taken on time. Alright, so that's the end of the North African campaign and the early Sicily campaign. So now, we go back to the main map, and it's time for the next conference. Like before, this is where we get access to a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, because we're going to be continuing the Italian front campaign, I kind of don't want to use any of my points on a lot of this stuff, because, like, sure, the bombers would be good, but I kind of need this prestige for other stuff. Like, for example, making sure that the 8th Army can actually, you know, cross rivers and attack, which would be great. Same here. The 5th Army needs to be able to cross rivers, so... And this is all that's left. I'd rather use that on troops than on cards. Still. Knowing what's coming. I think... as much as I want the bombers, because, again, they're good to have, I think I'm just going to go with the truck. Because... Oh, and this free and the free one. Because, trust me, Italy, you want the supply lines. So... Let's see. Yeah, give them the transferability. There we go. Okay. So next, back to the Mediterranean. Operation Avalanche, September 9th, 1943. Italy has surrendered, but the Germans were prepared and moved quickly to disarm their former allies and occupy most of the Italian mainland. British 8th Army has crossed the Strait of Messina and also landed troops by sea at Taranto. However, the main Allied effort is in the naval landings near Salerno, Operation Avalanche. Now, here's where an interesting part of the game kicks in. Bonus objectives. Taking these objectives will improve your starting situation in future scenarios. We need to take Ortona and breach the Gustav line. What this does is that in the next levels, holding these positions will allow us to basically have an advantage. And at the end, if you've got enough of these advantage, it'll help with the final strategic objectives. That being, since we're in the Italian campaign, that being Rome and Monte Cassino. And trust me, you want to be able to do that, because capturing all objectives listed, like, hold on, yeah, so taking, it even says right here, strategic plans, or sorry, the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean presents an opportunity to put pressure on the Nazis until an invasion of Northern Europe can be launched, starting with Operation Overlord. This theater will likely, starting with Operation Overlord, this theater will likely become a matter of secondary importance. However, if we can get to the final mission and complete the objectives, as I said, take Rome and Monte Cassino, we can trigger an alternate history outcome. But I'll explain that when we get to it. So, first things first. You can see how much land we've covered. But first things first, Operation Avalanche. Allied Force HQ dispatch. Your forces are split into 3 separate groups. The British 8th Army is advancing up through Calabria, while simultaneously landing forces in Taranto, or Taranto, whatever. Not Toronto, Taranto. So, Taranto, I don't know. Finally, U.S. 5th Army is landing near Salerno. We had expected little opposition, but now reports indicate that the Germans were prepared for the Italian surrender. Powerful enemy units might react to your landings near Salerno. And trust me, they will. As someone who's played through this campaign a few times, they will. They will react. And here are our bonus objectives. Firstly, Ortona. Take it by turn 11, which is the end of the thing, and hold it. And then there's also breach the Gustav line. Take it by turn 11 and hold it. So, yeah. So, we can't reinforce the 5th Army because they're getting ready to land. We can, however, reinforce the area over here. Well, not this one. Over here. We can reinforce them. So, let's see what we can do. You guys need men. Like, because these guys are responsible for pushing up. Basically, they'll meet up here with Salerno and then push west, while another force over here is going to have to push up to Ortona by themselves. So, more power to them. Let's see. Also, the bridges are broken here, so we'll have to take a turn or two to fix them. Yep. I'd like the tanks, please. Thank you. Alright. What HQs do I have? What reinforcements do I have? Okay, so we have an armored group coming in. The 82nd Airborne will be arriving on the 2nd turn. Good. 7th Armor will also be arriving at Salerno, which is good. Yeah, so all of our forces are going to basically land here. So, Alright. I can't reinforce these guys because they're out of range. So we need to put all of our forces, or at least concentrate them, here. Alright. Don't want to waste any more points, so this is it. Alright. Let's roll. Yes, I know there are trucks available, but I don't need to deploy them now. Alright. So. We'll start down here. I'll send the tank. I'll send the Canadian Armored Brigade this way. Because it's the infantry that need to take the bridge. I mean, technically, they're the only ones who can take it, because it would take the tanks too long to get across. But, because I don't want the tank to have to do everything alone, I'll send an infantry unit as well. Alright. There we go. All the bridges are fixed. So next turn, we can go pouring across. Meanwhile... give me some air... Give me some eyes in the sky, please. Nothing. Okay. So... Trying to think. Take it by turn 2. Take it by turn 2 and hold. Okay, in that case... Shit. Thank you. Alright, got it. Ooh, free bomber. I'll take that. Okay, so we've taken that, so we don't have to hold it anymore. We just have to take it. So on the next turn... Oh, no, wait. Never mind. They're here. Oh, God, they're in bad shape. Got it. Okay, and we just got to hold that position, which will help us out, because now we got a supply line, which is great. Let me see. Meanwhile, back over here at the main event... These guys are short and fast. Alright. So, deploy the HQ. And until the British forces reinforce us, these guys are not going anywhere. We do not have the firepower to push out right now. So until more guys show up, hold tight. That's practically all you can do, is just dig in and hope for the best. We do have bombardment support, and we do have bombers, but for now, we're going to hold off. Yeah, and the 82nd will join us next turn. So for now, we're on our own. Okay. Yes, I know I've got air attacks available, but there's nothing to bomb. Yep. Yeah, here comes the counterattack. Thankfully, we have naval gunfire to back us up. Alright, so... flatten this unit. Alright. So... move over here. Flatten that. It hurt, but at least we drove it away. Bring in the 82nd. There we go. That'll drive that unit off for the time being. And over here... ugh. I was hoping for more. Well, we can make it work. There we go. That'll hurt. So now that unit's got to pull back. So they'll pull back, but they're gonna come back. They always come back. So they will return. So in the meantime, need to tighten everything down, lock everything down a bit. Meanwhile, let's see. Aha! Got it. That's another potential area that we can now have for supplies. So now, next turn, we need to boogie. We just need to move. So... let's swing around this way and see what we can find. There we go. Throw down another bridge, because you can never have enough when you're trying to get across. Bingo. Alright, so, thanks for our landings, and thanks to some of the stuff we've been doing, a lot of these units are cut off. So, these guys are going to start running out of supply if we can hold them here for a bit. But, up here will be a problem. See, normally the best thing to do here would be to drop paratroopers if you had some, because you can get cards that give you paratroopers. It's good to drop paratroopers here on the Gustav line position, but we don't have any, so we're gonna have to make do with what we got. Let me throw down a supply depot here. Alright. Keep it moving, guys. Keep it moving. Yep, told you they'd come back. Oh, and they brought friends! Good to know. All the more reason to keep moving. Okay, that's done. This tank unit needs to move fast because I needed to yeah, get up here. Meanwhile, we'll keep moving and see what else we can find over here. Oh, that's a lot of tanks. Oh boy. Okay, well, never said it'd be easy. Alright, that's that one. Alright, naval bombardment did some damage there, but not as much as I wanted. Again. And we can bomb this one. Again, not as much as I wanted. More would have been nice, thank you. But it'll do, I guess. Okay. Got ourselves a hole. Let's see if we can't... Yeah. Okay, well, we can't fight those guys right now, so, bye! Alright, with that bridge blown, it basically means that they can't cross. They have to go the long way to attack us, which I normally don't like giving up ground, but I kind of had to, so, yeah. And we can't bomb these guys with a saturation strike because it could hit our own guys, so... Trying to think what we can do here. That is a tough unit. I do have... Wait a minute. Can we rewind? How far back can we rewind? Yes, we can. Okay. Hold on. I got an idea. There we go. That's more what I'm talking about. Okay. So. Make some space. Blow the bridge. Good. This'll work. So we pounded that unit. We've basically given ourselves some more breathing room. And yeah, we're just going to have to hold out till this force gets to us. Oh boy. Alright. Nobody else can do any movement right now. At least not much that's going to be worth it. Because again, until we've like solidified or cleared a path, marching out is a bad idea. Progress is progress, but not if it's costly. Again, don't use your men, don't waste them. And going out now would be very wasteful. Yep. So they can't pick a fight with us on the beaches, so they come after the British crew. As expected. Unfortunately for you, these guys are pretty good at their job, so... Yep, and now they pull back. Meanwhile... Hello there! I've come for your city. Alright. Okay, that unit pulls back. I've got to fill the gap somehow. Well, I think we can leave it open for a minute. I don't want to lose these Rangers, though. They're too valuable to lose. And put those guys there, though. And let's see if... That'll work! These guys are cut off. I'm a little surprised, though. I was expecting a bit more... No, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because I'll jinx myself. So I'm not going to... I'm going to say nothing. Yeah. I'm not saying a thing. I don't like how they can pull back that far, because that makes my job, again, as I've always been saying, that makes my job a lot harder. Still. Progress is progress. Thank you. Keep it moving. Alright, there's an opening. Alright. So, thanks to that push, we can now see what's ahead of us. And because we blew the bridge back there, we don't have to worry about getting hit in the flank. But I'm still going to leave a division behind for rear guard, for rear security. So, alright, so we've got a weakened armored or mechanized or armored unit and 2 infantry units blocking the bridge. Oh boy. Getting there is gonna be tough. Not dealing with this, killing this will be easy. It's the infantry units, which are probably dug in and they're not gonna let me through without a fight. It's a good thing I kept the Rangers alive, because they're gonna be really helpful. They can break the defenses. So. Alright. Things are still going according to plan. We basically, we've cut off anything that's in this area. So, anything that's here is basically going to start dying. And we're almost to Ortona. If we keep moving, we can get there. But I don't like this. There's an old saying in Murphy's Law. If everything's going according to plan, expect an ambush. Which I do. Either that or I expect heavy defenses. Okay. That didn't wipe them out, but it did a lot of damage. Again, not as much as I wanted, but it might have to do. Oh, good. They moved. Okay, good. We can get across. Thank goodness. There we go. Alright, now, we don't have to fight these guys off right now. I just needed to get across. Because now we can pour over the bridge. This is Casino. The city of Casino. But it's not the city that's historically important. It's this thing right here. I wish I could zoom in and show you guys, but if you can look on the map, if you squint, you'll see a few buildings up on the mountains. That's Monte Cassino. Monte Cassino is the location of one of the bloodiest sieges, well, one of the bloodiest struggles, shall we say, during the war. It's not as bad as Stalingrad or any of those things, but it was still pretty bad. And it's also a bit of a war crime on the U.S.'s part, because, see, that Monte Cassino was an ancient abbey that was constructed by I think Benedictine monks or something, and there were some German Fallschirmjägers in it. And they wouldn't surrender, and we needed to take the place, so we bombed it to pieces. And it didn't get rid of them. They kept fighting anyway, so we accidentally destroyed a relic of history. Oops. Well, it wasn't an accident. We did it on purpose. Also, why Zaragon? Just for the time being, it's personal. Don't worry about it. She'll come back, but right now she's in cryostasis. She'll be back, but for now she's going to remain out of sight for the moment. Nothing bad. It's just a little something I'm dealing with. Don't worry about it. Okay, well, we're almost there. I wonder if I want to know if Ortona is guarded. Probably is, but of course it is. But that's why I've got extra dudes. Oh, that's it? Really? I was expecting more, but okay. Doesn't matter, gotta keep moving. We'll have to take it. Got it. So we have breached the Gustav Line. Historically, the Allies weren't able to do that till quite some time into the battle for Italy. So we've done it ahead of schedule, which is good. Very good, actually. So now all eyes turn north. Yeah, she scared you anyway? Yeah, she was supposed to be scary, though, considering all the stuff she could do. Alright. So. And got it. So. We've taken Ortona, which, again, the Allies weren't able to take until weeks or months into the Italy campaign. So we are ahead of schedule. Very well, I might add. We got all of the objectives. Except, well, Casino's not an objective, but this is going to be a problem later. Like, it's here, but this is going to be a problem later. You'll see. Yep, we're done. Primary objectives taken attempt. Fall of fascist regime in Italy. Complete the Avalanche scenario. After the Allies conquered Sicily, Benito Mussolini finally fell out of favor within his own country. He was arrested on July 25th, and this spelled the end for his regime. He would later be rescued by German special forces and subsequently set up the Italian Social Republic in northern Italy. That didn't last very long either. Alright, the Volturno Line. The Germans have managed to establish a stable front line from the Tyrrhenian to the Adriatic. This line, the Volturno Line, is the first of many such prepared defensive lines that the Allies will have to breach on their drive north. Combined with the ever-worsening weather, the Italian campaign is beginning to resemble the last Great War. Allied Force HQ dispatch. The Germans have begun establishing defensive lines along the routes leading into northern Italy. You must not allow them time to fortify these lines. This will not be an easy task, however, since autumn is upon us, and with it rivers of mud. This is no longer the sunny Italy of the past few months. So, here are the objectives. We've already taken 2 of them, actually. The Gargliano River and the Sangro River. We've already secured them. However, there's the Rapido River, which we do need to secure, and we already have the breach of the Gustav Line. We need to maintain it. We need to hold it, because if they push us out and dig in, well, then it was all for nothing. We also need to take Pescara, which was the city just beyond Ortona. However, the problem is that a lot of our guys, like since this takes place sometime after what we just did, a lot of our guys have been run ragged, and a lot of them, if they're not veterans, they're brand new, fresh off the boat, and have no experience. And we're up against crack German units who know how to fight. So this is going to be tough. You can also see here, the Fallschirmjäger unit has moved into Monte Cassino, as I told you. So that's also a problem. Now the good news is, see, here's the thing. The catch here is that we don't have to drive them off the map. We just need to take these positions. We need to hold the 3 river crossings, and we need to maintain our secondary objectives. The hardest one is going to be Pescara. Maintaining the breach over here is actually pretty easy if you know what you're doing. It's this one that's a problem. This is also why I wanted the trucks so badly, because you're going to be glad you had them. There's a lot of busted bridges around here, which you will need to fix if you want to be able to cross effectively. But we also need to reinforce our guys because, well, I don't want them to die, firstly. And second, if we don't reinforce them, our guys are like going to get pushed off of their positions. So, take that back. I can't get there yet. So, let's see what we can do. And also, I don't know whose idea this was, but I'm guessing it historically happened. All of our units are spread out and too far away from their objectives. There's a British unit right here, the Guards motorized. They should be over here, but they're over here with the American unit. I don't know how they got over here, which means I can't reinforce them. Like, a lot of the units are spread out. So, it's going to be a little bit harder to, like, concentrate everything. The 82nd is here, and they're an elite unit, but, yeah, they're all the way over here. Let's see. When the game said this is basically turning into World War I, they meant it. This is literally going to turn into a very World War I-esque battle. You're going to be pushing up, and you're going to be making small gains everywhere and hoping for the best in each of them. This is also why I like to save a lot of my money, because you want to give your units, the good units, some powerful stuff. So like all of these guys, well, possibly this one, are going to go on the offensive up here to try to break the Germans out of Pescara. Other than that, well, everything else is probably going to be concentrated on pushing up through here. Drive them out of here. Possibly take this fuel dump right here, which would be helpful. But, yeah. This is not going to be an easy fight. This is going to be knock down, drag out, like, push-pull the entire way. Alright. This is the 82nd. Alright. That's the best we can do. Preparations are made. Let's begin. So, first things first. You guys dig in. Like, these guys have to dig in deep, because look at all that stuff right there. That's going to try to push them out. Meanwhile, I want to save this armored unit, so I need to pull it back. Granted, I don't have a lot of supply to give them, so probably what I'll end up doing is... Let's see if I can do this. Yes, reorg. So I basically send them back to HQ, and next turn I can use them to reinforce somebody else, which would be really useful. Yep. So at the moment, this is all I can do. All we can do is block these guys while I move more forces to the battle. That's a new one. Okay. Was not expecting them to just pull back like that, but okay. And meanwhile, need to get as many guys in position as I can for this, because we have to, like, basically grind these guys down and take the positions piece by piece. And because of the terrain, you'll notice all the mountains and everything. Armored vehicles are basically really limited here. Your best bet, if you're playing this game, is, well, again, like they said, it's very World War I-esque at this point. Best thing you can do is just have the tanks move to positions where they can fill gaps if they open up. So that's about it. Because the rest of the time, they're basically going to be stuck here, not really able to do anything. Because of how narrow the roads are. So, yeah, all we can do now is wait. And I hate waiting, because it gives your enemy all of the advantages. This is also another level where air power would be really useful if you have it, but most of the time, nah. You won't have it. You'll have used it in earlier levels, so... can afford these losses. You, on the other hand, cannot. Alright, we take that. We take that supply. That'll help. Get the 82nd up here. Okay. Meanwhile, let's see if we can do anything over here. I doubt it, but it's worth it. That's better than nothing. Alright. Drop some artillery on him. Nope. Not enough. Can I maybe... Yeah, that might work, actually. Basically, with these kind of with these narrow paths and this very awkward movement, the best thing you can do is just, well, for lack of a better word, concentrate artillery and blast the hell out of the enemy until you either get an opening or you're willing to throw guys at them. It's hard, it sucks, but sometimes you have no option. Let's see. Got him. Alright. I can reinforce these guys with an engineer group and some anti-tank weapons, but, yeah. Got it. Alright, so basically everything that wouldn't be right here would now be suffering, but because Pescara is a supply point, as is everything over here, these guys are going to be fine. For now. Meanwhile... Oh, that might give me something. I hope. Yeah, that'll give me something. Thank you. Get in there. And the 82nd wipes out and nearly crushes that entire unit. So, but I'm not gonna throw guys into that gap, because if I do, they'll just get swamped and overrun and killed. So, not worth it. Not worth it. Not yet, anyway. Then again, we are on a ticking clock here, so... Let's see. Okay, not exactly the smartest idea I've done, but I mean, what? Are they going to try to climb that mountain? No, they won't. So... Okay, that's one opening. Can we make another? Yeah, that's working. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, we can get in there. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we can get in there now. The tanks can't, of course, but the infantry can. So we've now closed the gap, and we've made this gap a little bit tighter. Of course, until that tank's gone, we're basically limited on how much damage we can do here. I can only hope for the best, so... It's working, though. We're making progress, which is good. And they don't react. Okay. Wonder if I can... Alright, well... We breached the defenses, but unfortunately we may have shelled the city a little too hard, because now the city's in ruins, which makes it, well, which makes our job harder. Again. Still. Okay, well, I just have to keep cycling units until we actually make a breakthrough. And there's an opening. Nice. So we have basically now got a reinforced line here. Or at least the best we can make of one anyway. Because these guys are definitely not going to try to force that breach. Because they just don't want me getting across it. So, yeah, for now, it looks like we're done over here on this end. Guess the best thing to do is transfer guys over here. See if we can't make things a little easier. Oh, well, I said they wouldn't try it, but apparently they're going to try it. Me and my big mouth. Oh, yeah, they're trying it. And, yeah, they got it. Of course they did. So, now we have to push them off of it. I thought they wouldn't try, but they did, so great. Alright. How much of your stuff do I have to blow up? Okay. Not the cleanest operation, but it worked for now. They'll try it again. And it literally, I guarantee y'all, it'll just go back and forth until someone eventually, like, claims it. But until then, it'll just keep going back and forth. Meanwhile, okay, done. We now have an opening. So now, we can move our units into position, the artillery anyway. We can move the artillery units into position to get ready to bombard the city, and then we can throw the, we can throw the tanks in if we get a breach. Alright. Oh boy. Yep. They're gonna keep trying it. They just keep trying and trying. And they keep making it too, which is what annoys me. Alright. Yeah, take it by turn 8 and hold it. Please let things go better over here. Alright, the defenses are gone. Which is nice, but it doesn't really help me in the long run. I might have to move the reserves in. I thought I would just transfer them, but nope. Looks like I'm having to send the reserves in. Great. Yep, I've got one turn left. If I don't push them off, then, yeah. Makes our job harder in the next level. So, please do me the favor of dying. Nope. Just get off that position. Thank you. And I don't have anyone who could really fill that position, I don't think. Up. Third ID, you're up. Good lord, these guys. Just give it up already. How many guys do I have to throw at you until you give up? We got one more turn to take it, or yeah, we're basically delayed, which I hate, but it happens. Why are you wasting your units? Of course. So, is the last turn. I have to push them off these positions, or we lose. So, or we lose the bonus objectives. Yep, we're not getting this one. Because, good grief, they don't know how to give up. Yep. Yeah, we can't force them off this position, so we won't have Pescara starting next level. But over here, well, we can't hit anything. That won't hold either. They'll attack again and basically crush this unit. And I can't really give them the command not to retreat, so... Best thing we can do is basically call artillery and do some damage there and hope for the best. Yeah, they're probably going to push us off of it. It happens and there's not much you can do about it. So, yeah. Just went back and forth, back and forth. Or they could not. Okay. Well, we got one of them. We didn't take Pescara, though. Okay, so. Alright. Monte Cassino. Allied forces are stuck along the Gustav Line, a string of carefully prepared German defenses stretching from the Tyrrhenian to the Adriatic. Bad weather limits the effects of the Allied air supremacy, but the Allies' rules of the seas might yet prove decisive. Imminent large-scale landings in the town of Anzio aim to outflank the Gustav Line. Battle of Monte Cassino, January 17th, 1944. Alright, let's hope for the best. Again, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Alright. Allied Force Headquarters Dispatch. The Germans have stopped us cold along the entirety of the front, in more than one sense. The cursed mud is now joined by snow at higher altitudes, but all is not doom and gloom, Commander. Allied Forces Headquarters have seen fit to free up large amounts of shipping to launch Operation Shingle. Heavy attacks on the Gustav Line, combined with these landings behind our enemy's front, will hopefully cause the Gustav Line to crumble. Now, we have 9 turns. In these 9 turns, your bonus objectives are Monte Cassino, which is where the Gibbersjäger, I don't know how you say that, are dug in and fortified, ready to fight, and Rome. They must be taken by the end of this. If we do that, we'll basically avoid it. We'll basically be rewriting history, because historically the Allies were not able to take Rome until June 5th, one day before D-Day. So, now, holding that breach has been very useful, because now we got a toehold over here we can make use of. But we still have to take the city of Cassino and Monte Cassino itself. So, that will be tough. Also, since we couldn't take Pescara, we have to deal with with the Fallschirmjägers and a Panzer division, which are now blocking our path. So, yeah. Best way to win this level is, or from my experience, is take these 2 roads, take Route 6 and take the road here, cut off supplies to the forces here, and you'll basically be good as gold. The forces up here, yeah, they're going to be a problem, but it's these guys down here that are going to be the biggest headache. So you need to get rid of them. So, let's see. Looks like the 82nd were transferred away from us, so we don't have access to those elite units anymore. Let's see. .36 ID. I can give them Rangers, but I'd rather the Rangers be given to a more elite unit. These guys could probably do it. The Free French. Why not? So, there's that. We've got the 1st Armored Division back from North Africa, ready to kick ass and take names. Also need to give... I'm giving a lot of these guys artillery, because artillery is your best, as I've said, artillery is your best weapon other than engineers to drive guys out of positions. So, we'll make good use of that. Alright. This is what we got. We gotta make use, we gotta make do. And of course, here is our invasion group. We'll be landing here. The main focus of this is literally just to cut them off. That's it. Historically, this did not go well. Operation Shingle, the landings at Anzio were immediately contested, mainly because when they landed, the general decided to wait. He didn't push ahead. He waited to consolidate his men, and by that time, the Germans found out about it and swamped him at the beaches. Yeah, Ragnar, I'm doing pretty well. Hope you're doing well, too. It's Tactics Tuesday, and I've been appointed Supreme Allied Commander. So we've already pushed through North Africa and Sicily, and now we're in godforsaken Italy. All right, let's see. All right, that'll do. So, hold on, I have an idea. Yeah, there's dudes there, but I mean, I'm getting greedy. I thought, why don't I just drop him right there? No, don't do that, Zaruk. Don't be an idiot. Don't do that. Okay. I do know something I can do, though. Let's make a hole. Wow, that didn't do nearly as much as I thought it would. Again. That seems to be a thing now. I was hoping that would hit more guys, but okay. Well, opening's an opening, but I'm not really ready to exploit it just yet. Alright, let's see. Nope. Good grief. Yep, like I said, we are stuck everywhere. But that's literally the Italian campaign in a nutshell. Minor gains, minor gains, minor gains. And eventually they'll all add up to something. But not for right now, they won't. Alright, let's see what happens. Yep, they moved. Yeah, they moved to counter the invasion. Yep, or the landings, of course. Sorry, give me a second. I'm just checking some stuff. All right. There we go. Okay. So we got our foothold. It ain't much, but it's going to have to work for right now. Alright. Oh, I see. Okay, so these guys are now out of supply right here, so they'll start running out because we've blocked this point right here. Yeah, we can fire all the guns we want at them and ain't gonna do much. Up here, though, we're having better luck, so maybe. We're the shot, but I have an idea. Because at the end of the day, if you can't beat your opponent, you know, through force, through strength of arms, just starve them out. So if we can move fast enough, we can cut off some of the supplies here and starve these guys out. If we're lucky. That's the key thing. We gotta be lucky. Huh. Yeah, I know I've got trucks available. I don't need them right now. Alright, let's see. Okay, we can deploy another group, another infantry group now. First things first, though. Ooh, dear. Didn't expect to see them there. Good grief. Oh, we didn't... What? Didn't hit anything? Are you serious? Ugh, man. Pain in my ass. This is getting us nothing. We're literally just floundering around, attacking anything we... like, firing artillery, hoping we hit something, but we're hitting nothing. Alright, I have no choice. This is incredibly stupid. This is incredibly dangerous, because this unit is now all on its own with no supply coming in. I can drop it air, I can do air supply runs, but this is incredibly stupid. Oh, why did I do that? Hold on. Damn it, just let us across, I swear. Ugh. Fun fact, this is the only mission I've never been able to do a perfect run on, because taking Casino in 4 turns is... ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Like, there's... until we take their supplies away, they're not going anywhere. Still. Blah. Enough with the bombing runs, I get it. Now the question is, do I go right for Rome, or do I Oh god, these guys are suffering too. Hang on. Oh right, I can't put down anything here. So, I have to pull back around this, like, beachhead and wait for my supplies to come in because, you know, can't do anything. So, Okay. So, what to do? Yeah, I'm going for it. Oh, of course there's a tank there. Why wouldn't there be? Alright, fine. We'll do it your way. I hate this mission so much. It is time-consuming. It is awful. It literally just... It's not the worst mission. God, no. There's one that's later in this game that's way worse. This one... Yeah, this is a close one. That's for sure. It's very close. Yep, since they blew the bridge and they have that whole area blocked, I can't really do anything. Yep, there goes the airborne group. Ugh. Yes, if y'all can't tell, I'm frustrated. I'm angry. This is annoying. Alright, starve. Like, yeah, we just don't have the numbers. We're blocked and we can't make any moves because these guys literally will not retreat from the position unless you force them off of it. Yep. Yeah. Basically can't do anything now until these guys start running out of supplies. Ugh. I hate this mission. I might have to restart it, which I hate doing, because when you restart a mission, the game's basically like, oh, you poor thing, here, let me cheat for you so we can make it a little bit easier for you. I don't like that. Just get off. Ugh, get off the city. Okay. Alright, well that's a small victory, but these guys are still out of supply and we can't do anything for them right now. My plan had been, had we pushed them off here, we could repair the bridge and then get supplies flowing in, but because these bastards won't get off of the city, we can't. And they've already got a ton of guys around Rome, so chances of us getting there are minor. Okay, you guys done now? Can I, like, can I get in there? Apparently not. Just, God, for God's sakes. Nope, they are not giving up. Again, just, boy. Yeah, we got no forces, like, most of our forces were burned out trying to, or held up trying to take this position, so yeah, we have no forces to push into this attack. So, yeah, we're done here. Unless, like, a miracle happens, and we can somehow take Monte Cassino and Rome in one turn, which that ain't gonna happen, I can assure you of that. Yeah, we're basically done here. So, depending on how this goes, I might have to restart, because this is not the outcome I wanted. What the? Okay, the game just crashed. Weird. That's not good. Huh. Well, in all honesty, I'm gonna be real with you. In all honesty, that was probably for the best, because, like, we're almost coming up on our 3-hour limit. Let me see. Let me check a few more things. Let's see. Don't know why it crashed. It literally just said that I think there was a coding problem, because it just said Python read error. So my guess is the coding failed. So, really weird that it happened, though. And yeah, the game, this does happen. It wasn't like I pressed buttons through any of that. No, it literally just, yeah, it happens. So, let's pick up from where we left off. I might keep going for a little bit longer than normal, because, I mean, we were doing pretty good, except for that stall out. Yeah, we're restarting that scenario. Alright. Let's try that again. Alright. So, change of plans. Change of plans. I don't give a shit about driving them off that city, because that didn't work. We're not going to do that approach. Instead, we're going to focus on getting to the beaches to relieve them, and then just cutting off the supply routes. It's faster, it's more efficient, and we don't have to worry about it as much. We don't have to put as much pressure on it and waste time and effort, so we ain't going to do that. Yeah, majority of our forces are going on the attack, so I'll leave the free French infantry here to assault the position, but otherwise we're going on the offensive. Everything else is focused on offensive action. Give it a try. Hey, now that's not bad. That's an actual opening. So... Now then. Plan is still the same up here, though. Open the path for the tanks. And then just let them do the rest. Nope. Hold off. See how this goes. Anyway, I'm glad y'all take... Like, I see a lot of people are... A lot more people than average are here watching this. I'm glad y'all have taken such an interest in this series. I love this series of games. I was playing Unity of Command 1 back in college, and I thought they'd never make a sequel, and they did. And I'm happy for it, because it's a good series. Anyway. Okay. Now, let's see about connecting this path. There we go. That'll help. You guys want the position so much? You can have it. I have other plans. Yeah, that didn't work. I had a feeling it wouldn't. That may work, though. We'll see. For now, though, we have some connections made, so now we can actually start making some progress. Plan remains the same. Cut the road. We do that, and we won't have to worry about the, we can literally just starve them out. Yep, just gonna go all the way around them. Just like before. Ow. I think that hurt me more than it hurt them. Yep, they are just not going to retreat. Okay. Yep, we're just, yeah, we can throw all we want at them. They're not breaking. So, oh well. Yeah, we're not taking Route 6, because, well, they're too dug in. This irritates me. What's worse is that they're going to get their reinforcements now, which is going to make it a lot harder again. We gotta pull back because a lot of the guys are out of supply thanks to that little trick of theirs. that's not going to work. Yeah, we can lob all the artillery shells at them we want. They're not cracking. So... Good Lord. We may just be able to pull this off. Taking Casino on time? No. But taking Monte Cassino and Rome? Maybe. We might be able to pull it off. Again, maybe. I don't know how many men I'm going to have to throw at it. Alright. May be able to pull this off. Costly, but I can probably make it work. I hope. Important part is taking it and then holding it. Ah, good grief. Okay, well, we'll just wait for you to get off of it, then you'll die next turn. Makes it easier. Got it. Okay, now we just gotta hold it. Easier said than done, but we can probably do it. All right. Okay. Yeah, they're just gonna let it. I think they're just gonna let us have it. Which, that's great, but I still gotta take Monte Cassino on time. Okay, can we take it now? Got it. Alright, now. Gotta take Casino, which is a little bit harder to do. But we've got the... It's over, Germans! I have the high ground! Yep, I've got Monte Cassino, but not like it matters much. Still gotta take the position. Okay, got it. We got nothing for it because it took us the whole time to get it, but we got it. Thank goodness. Whew. Scenario completed. Slopes of St. Benedict. Capture Monte Cassino in the Monte Cassino scenario. Monte Cassino was the linchpin of the German Gustav Line. However, it was taken by Polish forces. Historically, it was taken by Polish forces in 1944, May of 1944. The Slopes of St. Benedict is a reference to the Benedictine order that built the abbey on Monte Cassino, and a song by a certain metal band. I think that's a Sabaton reference. Early fall of Rome. Capture Rome in the Monte Cassino scenario. Historically, Rome did not fall until the 5th of June, 1944, one day before the Allied landings in Normandy. Fuck you, Mark Clark, I did your job for you. And now things get interesting. Because, here's where things get really cool. So, put this over here, take this. Right. So, we have strategic plans to put into place. We can either, with the Mediterranean forces, that being the British 8th and the US 5th, we can either A, hold north of Rome, which historically that's what they did. They held north of Rome. Or, we can go for a different option and rush for the Apennine Mountains. As you can see, that'll give us two objectives. Either A, like with the normal historical route, we just go for the roads from Rome. But if we go for the Apennine approach, we get the rush for the Apennine mission and then the road from Rimini mission. So basically, we are altering history with this. So yeah, we can either alter history or go the historical route. But we'll do that next time. I think this is a good stopping point because we've now basically completed most of the Italian campaign, except for whatever comes next. And besides, next time is D-Day, like Operation Overlord. So yeah. So yeah, we're gonna stop here. And yeah, I think we're gonna call it right now. I've had a really good time tonight. I'm glad you all enjoyed the game so much. I honestly didn't expect people to like Tactics Tuesday. We will continue it for the foreseeable future. And it won't just be Unity of Command. There will be other games too. But Unity of Command 2 is one of my favorites, so I wanted to start there. Now, it just so happens to be someone's birthday today. And if they're still streaming, which I believe they are, yes they are, we're gonna go wish them a happy birthday. Keldrick is celebrating their birthday today. I want you to all go say happy birthday and wish them a happy birthday and be kind. So yeah, we're gonna start that raid. Aside from that, I wish you all a wonderful Tuesday night. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. And remember, the memories you make in life, good and bad, make you who you are. Don't change them for anything. All right, let's go raiding. See you all later. Have a great night. Oh, and of course, I love you all. Bye-bye.